Hello Fintown investors! Today I'll walk you through what has been happening at Fintown over the past few months, share our key numbers, give you an update on Vihorev Group's projects, and at the end tell you about the most ambitious projects, The Seed. Let's get started. 4 years ago we launched Fintown. Since then, more than 30 million euros has been invested through the platform. More than 3 million has been paid to investors in interest, and more than 12 million in principal has been repaid. Today, Fintown has more than 6,000 registered investors, while our assets under management stand at approximately 18 million euros. Prague is our home city, and for us it's important to look not only at the performance of individual projects, but also at the market around them. In 2025, apartment prices in the Czech Republic increased by an average of 10%. The average price of an apartment in Prague reached approximately to 7,000 euros per square meter. At the same time, Prague set a new tourism record. In 2025, the city welcomed 8.2 million visitors, that is 2.6% more than the year before. The total number of overnight stays reached 19 million, and 81% of visitors to Prague were international tourists. For us, this is particularly important. Rising property prices support the value of our assets, while record tourism levels support demand for short-term rentals in Prague, our key market. Now let's take a look at our projects. Today, the total volume of active investments on Fintown is approximately 18.7 million euros. Almost 59% of the portfolio, or more than 11 million, is invested across 3 operating rental projects: Honest Žičany, Honest Karlín and Honest Smíchov. All 3 properties are completed, operational and generating operating cash flow. The remaining 41% of the portfolio, or approximately 7.7 million euros, is invested in development projects. Let's take a look at where each of them stands today and what the plan is going forward. Let's start with our flagship project, Honest Žičany. It represents almost 9 million euros of Fintown investments, nearly half of our entire current portfolio. Today, this is no longer a development project, but an operating rental business with a current valuation of approximately 30 million euros. The complex consists of 140 serviced apartments. Approximately 7% are dedicated to long-term rentals and 30% to short-term stays. Over the past 12 months, the complex have achieved an average occupancy rate of 94%. The project has an investment horizon of up to 5 years, with operating cash flow used to service interest payments to investors. 2 other operating rental businesses are Honest Karlín and Honest Smíchov. Today, approximately 2 million euros invested in those 2 projects. The properties consist of 31 and 26 apartments respectively. Over the past 12 months, Karlín achieved an average occupancy rate of 81%, while Smíchov reached 80%. Both properties continue to welcome guests, generate operating cash flow and pay interest to investors. Now let's move on to our development projects. The first is Villa Bel Air, which you may remember under its previous name Park Vista. You may remember the video where we literally demolished the old building together with you. Today, the building is gone. A new property is already rising in its place, and construction is now reached the 3rd floor. Villa Bel Air consists of just 6 premium residences, featuring private elevators, panoramic glazing, and views over Belvedere Park. But rather than tell you about it, let me show you. Approximately 2 million euros has been invested in the project through Fintown. 3 of 6 residences has already been reserved, while the remaining, they are currently on the market. Construction is scheduled for completion in the third quarter of 2027, and proceeds from apartment sales will be used to repay Fintown investments. Investor repayments begin in December 2026 and are scheduled through July 2027. The next project is Colorado. Approximately 1.8 million euros has been invested in the project through Fintown. And here the situation is quite straightforward. 16 out of 18 land plots have already been reserved. The first payments have already been made, with the final settlements expected at the beginning of the next year. Funds from buyers are gradually being transferred to an escrow account where they will remain until the transactions are completed. The majority of the project is expected to be completed in the first quarter of 2027, with investors' repayments scheduled from January to June. The next project is Honest Michle. 1.3 million euros has been invested in the project through Fintown. The project is at an advanced stage of construction, the main building structure has been completed, the roof and windows have been installed, and only a few months of construction work remain before full completion of the construction stage. The team is currently preparing for the final stage of the project. The next step is to complete the remaining construction work, followed by the sale of the finished property. The current investment repayment schedule runs from April through July 2027. As always, we've saved the most exciting part for last, and for this we'll have to leave Prague, cross the Atlantic Ocean and travel almost 10,000 kilometers from here. Señoras y señores, bienvenidos a The Seed. The Seed is a collection of 79 residences on Costa Rica Pacific coast. From comfortable studios of around 100 square meters to large private villas with their own swimming pools, spacious terraces in every residence, a co-working space, gym, spa, restaurants, reception and concierge service. But perhaps the most impressive amenity at the Seed wasn't built by us. It's about a 15-minute walk away, and it looks like this. This is Punta Uvita, the famous whale's tail in Marina Balena National Park, a natural formation extending into the Pacific Ocean that at low tide takes on the almost perfect shape of a whale's tail. And what makes it even more symbolic is that every year real humpback whales migrate to the water of the coast of Marina Balena. Now let's look at where the project stands today. The project team is currently going through the process of obtaining the construction permit, which we expect in 2027. The initial package of project documentation has already been submitted to the local authorities. The project is processing through the required approval process, and several key approvals have already been obtained. Construction will divide it in 2 phases, allowing us to develop the project step by step, manage capital more efficiently, and reduce risk compared with building the entire complex at once. Now let's return specifically to Fintown investments. Today, approximately 1.1 million invested in stage 1 and 1.3 in stage 2. The repayment of Fintown Investments is planned as a part of the project further financing and development. We plan to repay Stage 1 investments in early 2027. The remaining amount is expected to be repaid according to the current plan, starting in October 2027 and continuing approximately through May 2028. Thank you for being with us today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, we'll make sure to answer them. And most importantly, thank you for your trust and continuing to be part of Fintown. See you soon.